Okay, what's going on? Um, I had to do some real deep thinking, and I'm not going to give a whole lot of information concerning this topic. Um, a lot of this I'm going to be putting in a paper, and try to get that paper published. This is actually deeper than what a lot of people would expect. A lot of people, whenever they hear a story, nobody actually just thinks. Everyone hears the story. They gossip, and always speak about what they would do or what they wouldn't do in a situation. Well, what you're looking at here is two women basically committed the exact same crime. This is real fucked up, because I'm the type of person who preaches that the black woman is God, and I'm always gonna say that, and it doesn't matter what the black woman does, by design. That is what she is. You don't have to agree with that. Just know that I can defend it. If you believe something, if you know something is true, you have to be able to defend your stance. Now, there's a difference between me being able to defend it and you not being able to accept it. Just because you don't accept it doesn't mean shit. You have to be able to disprove my stance concerning whatever it is that I stand for. And I stand for the black woman being God. You're looking at two women right here. The black woman, she basically killed her 6-month-old baby. The white woman, as you know, killed 2 of her children, her husband's side piece, and then she offed herself. Shout out to Nicole Lewis for talking about this story, because it's a story. It's very sad. It's very fucked up, and it really makes me look at us as black men and how far we have fallen from grace. We fell from grace by the hand of the white man, and then we dragged our woman down with us, because we didn't have the balls to stand up to the white man, because we wanted to live. And instead of taking lashes, instead of taking amputations, we decided to do whatever he told us to do to our woman. And we did it. And we're still doing that to this very day. Every single age, every single 100 years, every single 50 years in this country where they invented something new, we tossed our black woman to the side instead of standing up as men and defending our black woman. On the plantation, we basically raped our own women. They didn't put a gun to our head. They threatened us, but we did it. Jim Crow. They told us we couldn't stay with our woman, and our woman wasn't going to be able to get benefits. So we left in order for that black woman to get benefits in a way that in our minds then we were standing up for our families. But ultimately we did not, because when we left home, we went back to the plantation, got into sharecropping. That didn't work. Then we got into moonshine, prohibition, illegal buying, selling, and trading. And that's what we're doing today. Today, or in the 80s, might as well say today, we give drugs to our woman. Instead of saying, hey woman, you got a child, get the fuck out my face. Do something with that child before coming to me for drugs. Hope you see where I'm going with this. A lot of people are looking at this black woman saying that it's her fault. She neglected her child. She neglected her child. That is the same as murdering your child. I'm not taking that away from it. She murdered her child. But in the black woman's mind, I don't care. I do not care what anybody says. In the black woman, there is some kind of gene that makes her love her child. Many of you black people who are listening to this, who are watching this, you were raised by someone who showed you affectionate love. Sisters like this were probably raised the exact same way. She was probably raised the exact same way, but somewhere in her childhood, her brain didn't receive it as such. And every single black person was raised by a parent who thought that they were doing the best that they could. Now, this goes into a whole nother conversation about rearing children. Every child doesn't need a whooping. Every child doesn't need timeout. Every child doesn't need that somewhere in the middle. Because we know that too much discipline, too much physical discipline can make your child one way. No discipline can make your child one way. Being right there in the middle can make your child make your child go another direction. We don't have it together just yet. But many people who are judging this black woman, many black people who are judging this black woman, were raised by parents who affectionately loved them. Like I said, she was probably raised the same way, but let's say she wasn't. That plus not being in the African-centered mindedness, not being African-centered in thought, leads to actions like this. And any black person who is not centered in African thought is liable to commit a Europeanized action. See, after slavery, No black person was rehabilitated to their original state of consciousness. So we had to adopt the only state of mind that we knew. And many of us adopted the European mindset. There were Africans who got out of slavery, who adopted a European mind, and they became coonish by nature. There were Africans who adopted the European mind, and they became neutral. There were other Africans who had drapetomania and said, fuck all that European shit. I know that I'm not from here. I know I'm from somewhere else. And I'm going to do the best that I can. And out of all of those different mindsets, you had Black Wall Street. After building Black Wall Street, then came the bombs. America systematically taught us that if you try to elevate yourself, we're going to knock you down. Now, society has changed since then, but there are still people living in the past. We have to take into consideration the mentality of people and where it actually stems from. Shifting the gears over to this white bitch now. Shifting the gears over to this white woman. Europeans by nature, Europeans have no fucking excuse for why they commit the crimes that they commit. Childhood doesn't mean shit. They were privileged ever since they came to this country. Fuck who your ancestors are. You were privileged ever since you came to this country. Jews want to talk about what they weren't able to do, but in the 1930s, you came up with these comic book companies. And these weren't the only things that you did back in those times. Selling comic books for 10 cents, now they're worth millions. You fucked over us in trying to create civil rights movements that only benefited yourself in the end. Jews, who are still considered white people. There's no excuse. There is no excuse. There is no psychological excuse for why white people do the things that they do. I came up with 11 minutes. I could have went longer of excuse for the black sister. I'm going to spend about 5 more minutes, which was less than the 11 minutes, talking about this white bitch and what she did to her children. Fuck the side bitch. Fuck herself. You got to a point where you did not care about your children and you killed your children. I don't know if she killed them because of it was too much stress from the side chick. I don't know if she killed them because the children looked too much like the father, or whatever the case may have been. Whatever the case may have been, it doesn't matter. There is no psychological excuse for why this white woman did what she did. Europeans by nature are destroyers. They are the destroyers of civilization as we know it. We know it to be true. From their inception, from the Europeans' inception, from the time we could date from as far back as we could go, ever since their inception, they have destroyed civilization. They went around the world destroying everything. Everything that they create takes away life. Everything they touch, they destroy. White people by nature, are emotionless, rapists, murderers, thieves. By nature, they are devils. Had the black sister been in her African consciousness, that child would be alive. But that white woman, the white woman you looking at, she, in her inception mindset, would have done the exact same thing. Would have done the exact same thing. When they was cold up in the mountains and they was starving, what was they eating when they couldn't get no meat? What was they eating when they couldn't get no mountain lion? What was they eating when they couldn't get that polar bear? What was they eating when they couldn't get to that mammoth? They was eating their children. They were eating their children. And if they ate their children then, they can eat their children now. The paper that I'm going to be writing is going to be a whole lot deeper than this. I know that everybody's going to have some questions. I feel free to ask me anything that you want to ask me. I will answer it down in the comment section of this video. Certain questions I may not answer because it is going to be in the paper or whatever. But I don't have a lot of time to focus on this. I just wanted to get the premise of the subject matter out there to you. Again, if I didn't say it, shout out to Nicole Lewis for the video that she did on the black sister, and shout out to Willie D for the video that he uploaded concerning the white woman. Yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Like I say in all my videos, if you're white and you want to tussle down in the comment sections, let's go. I'm not afraid of you. Like I said, you know, for black people who don't believe that the black woman is God, if you have a problem with anything that I said in this video, provide proof. Prove me wrong. Don't just say that I'm wrong and then don't come back for the rest of the argument. You know what I'm saying? Prove me wrong. I'm rational. You know what I'm saying? I could, you know what I'm saying? If I feel that, you know, what you said, you know, makes a whole lot of sense, you know what I'm saying? Not based on the European perception of reality, not based on some lies that your history book told you, based on objective, sound right reasoning, then I could take it into consideration. But, you know what I'm saying, if you want to go, let's go. Everybody else, you know what I'm saying, if you're new to the channel, I mean, if you're new to this, you know, if you just coming across this video, check out the channel, man. Check out the content. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, you know, do the best that I can with these videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about trying to get information out there. I'm really not about subscribers. This channel was made specifically to piss off racist white people and teach black people how to argue with these white people. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I will respond to every single last comment that is posted under all of my videos. It doesn't matter who you are, you know, what you're talking about. I'm going to respond because I want black people to see how you are supposed to tussle with white people without getting upset. Provide your proof, provide your evidence, and move the fuck on. You do not have to get off into talking about they mamas. You don't have to get off into talking about, you know what I'm saying, you gonna kill them and this, that, and third. That's what they love. They love the fact that their European perception of reality is working through you. By jumping off of sound right reasoning into their territory, it proves that they still have some type of control over you. Do not let these white people rule you. I'm out.